making this video because every time I make a video about two places, you know the ones, I make people mad. I make some people mad when I talk about these two cities, Cape Coral and the Villages. People feel some kind of way. Today we're going to be talking about Cape Coral. I am going to tell you the top 10 reasons that people are fleeing from Cape Coral, because I'm getting that question all the time. So many people are looking for a good deal in Southwest Florida. A lot of people don't want an HOA and they want Gulf access. And the place to find that for relatively inexpensive is Cape Coral. And that is why I do videos on Cape Coral. So, you know what we're going to do today, just to balance things out so I don't get a whole bunch of hate mail. We are going to first begin this video with 5 or 6 good things about Cape Coral. And listen, I'm telling you this. I do not hate Cape Coral. I do not. I'm telling you, I don't hate Cape Coral, because a lot of times people think that. I do consultations all week long with people, and if it's somebody that wants a lot of questions answered about Cape Coral and they want an honest answer, many times, thankfully, I appreciate you, they will come to me because they know that I'm going to give you the real deal. But it's always like they're sort of wincing, kind of like, I want to talk about Cape Coral, but I know you don't like it. Listen, it's not about me. I'm just trying to give you some facts so that you can make a good decision. So let's begin with some good things about Cape Coral. Now I'm going to pop up exactly where it is. So first off, Cape Coral offers an extensive canal system. You can see on the map, extensive canal system. It has 400 miles of canals throughout Cape Coral, navigable canals. Many of these waterways are going to provide direct access out to the Gulf of Mexico. The second thing is that I would say 95% of Cape Coral is not in an HOA. So you don't have to worry about that extra fee. You don't have to worry about a bunch of rules and regulations. They are relatively loose, maybe is a word, with what you're allowed to do. That can be a good and a bad. I say that all the time. But for somebody who doesn't want an HOA, there are very, very few HOAs. So like Sandoval is one that's in Cape Coral. But outside of that, there might be 2, 3, 4 more, but not many. The bulk of it is non-HOA. I think also Cape Coral offers full-time living. In my opinion, it's far less seasonal snowbirdie. It's more of a full-time life in the sunshine. So if you're somebody that's really targeting a 3-bedroom, 2-bath pool home where you can be outside barbecuing on your lanai, watching TV outside, swimming in the pool all year long, it will offer that lifestyle for you. So that's a really good thing. Now, this one's going to come as a shocker because, listen, it definitely did for me. When I looked this up, I was like, wait a minute, is that right? And let me tell you what, it definitely is. And there's something to be said for this because, I watch the news and I hear where the crime is and where the crime is not. Did you know that Cape Coral the crime rate is 90% lower than other areas in the state? I surely did not. If you're watching Wink News, maybe you surely did not. But overall, data-wise, Cape Coral is safe. All right, so it begs the question, why are people leaving? Tell me why people are leaving then, Barrett, because a very simple search on the website that rhymes with pillow will show you that literally it's a polka dot map. Why is everything up for sale? So we're going to buzz through 10 reasons that I commonly hear why people leave Cape Coral. All right, number 1, there's no beach. There is no beach in Cape Coral. Can you go to the north or the south and hit a beach? Yes, you can. I say it all the time, but don't get yourself confused. Yes, there is tons of water in and around Cape Coral. There is no beach. Number 2, the traffic is insane. Del Prado, insane. The traffic is gridlock pretty much most of the day. You're going to be at a slow burn most of the day, and that does drive some people crazy. Number 3, it's a little boring. Now listen, I told you, if you want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a big lanai, you can even get a newer home, and you just want that outside lifestyle. You're kind of a homebody, and you love kind of hanging out by the pool and barbecuing and whatever, then you're going to be fine with it. But other than that, it's a little boring. There's not a lot to do in Cape Coral. They do have a fun water park, I guess I would call it. Really nice. It's got big slides. It's a great place. Kids love going there. But outside of that, you've got your typical Kohl's, Target, Home Depot, that kind of thing. Other than that, a little bit boring. The healthcare, can I just say it? At one point in time, and I know it's better now, but at one point in time, this was probably 4 years ago, Cape Coral's hospital was rated last in the whole state. So when I say it's gotten better, meaning it's moved up from last, I mean, if you're last, the bar's not real high to get better. All right, number 5, and this is also on the good list for some people, predominantly no HOA. So see, that's a double-edged sword. That can be a good thing, that can be a bad thing. Because if you're somebody that doesn't want an HOA because you don't want the fees and you want to be able to put a garden in your backyard and you're going to maintain your yard, you want your house to be somewhere that you enjoy because you're a little bit more of a homebody and you're okay with these other things about Cape Coral. But then all your neighbors are not that person, and they don't take care of their properties, and they park their car in the front yard, and they park a boat in the lawn. You may not like that. Next one, it doesn't feel resort-like. It just doesn't have that feel. It has the feel that you're living in the suburbs, but in Florida. So you do have palm trees. You do have lovely landscape for the most part in some areas. You do have water. You see water kind of everywhere that you look, but it doesn't feel like that resorty lifestyle. If you are looking for vacation Florida, it doesn't exactly feel like that unless vacation for you is a boat in your backyard, driving to the beach about, 40 minutes or so, maybe a little bit more, and just being outside by your pool. If that's vacation for you, then it will feel that way. But if you're looking for something that feels resort-like you take your golf cart to the community restaurant within your community, you go to play pickleball, you go to play tennis, everything is right there in your community, that's not going to be the case in Cape Coral. Too many rentals and Airbnbs. So again, no HOA, and as I mentioned, there are a few communities with HOAs that'll have rules governing this, Sandoval being one, but as a whole, your typical Cape Coral home, you can do an Airbnb. Now, technically, Airbnb could be nightly. You can't do nightly, but who's policing it? Let's be real here. I know so many people in Cape Coral that are doing nightly or weekend rentals, and some of them do really well. But you are allowed in Cape Coral to do weekly rentals. So what does that mean? You might say, well, I don't care. I'm not going to rent my house. Okay, fine. But what if you buy one at 2312 Northwest East 27th Southwest? If you know, you know in Cape Coral. That's how they do it. I don't know how the emergency services understand all that, but that's how they do it. What if you buy that house and every single person around you is doing a rental of some sort, an Airbnb? What if that happens? What if you bought and back to another home, and that other home has a big, beautiful lanai with a pool, and they are doing nightly or weekly rentals, and it's a party every single weekend? Are you going to enjoy that? Because there isn't really anything you can do about it unless your quality of life is lesser because this is happening at 1 o'clock in the morning. But if it's happening all day long, all weekend long, there's not really anything you can do about it. Number 8, in terms of reasons why people are leaving Cape Coral, the values are dropping like crazy. Like crazy. I mean, they're falling at a rapid pace. Now, I will say, if you are targeting the middle of Cape Coral, meaning you're okay with back into another house, or you're okay with back into a skinny canal, like less than 30 feet wide, those are a dime a dozen, and you can get a heck of a deal on those. Maybe a house that was priced at $500,000 and you get it for $300,000. If you want big open water access out to the Gulf, just boom like that, you're looking out at big open water and you can't see another house for 300 yards, that's going to come at a premium. So you have to understand that. If you're going to buy around the perimeter of Cape Coral and not in the bowels of Cape Coral, so to speak, okay? If you're going to go where the water, that you get that big open water, the bigger the water, the bigger the price. All right, number 9, people commonly say they thought it was a one-off to Naples. They thought they got this great buy. They couldn't afford to live in Naples, but they were so close to Naples. So they thought that it was going to feel the same way. It was going to feel like vacationing in Naples, and it doesn't, because there aren't a lot of like cute little boutique shops row after row. There aren't a lot of little mom and pop cute Florida style restaurants. Are there any? The answer is yes. Are there better options all over the place around it? Also yes. And that leads us to number 10. There just simply are better options. If you have other choices, like right now, you can buy in Venice, Nokomis, Englewood, especially Englewood, Northport. You can buy in all of those areas similarly priced as Cape Coral, depending on what you're looking for. Right now, I would say that the Venice area and surrounding, sort of the greater Venice area, you can get a pretty doggone good deal if you're looking. That right now, there's villas out there, like 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or even 3-bedroom, 2-bath villas that live like a single family home. They're built well. They're in great areas. It feels more resorty, like in and around Welland Park. And you can get those at or under $400,000. So there's some, and they're new essentially. Maybe you can build them, or maybe they're a couple years old. So there's some really good deals that we're seeing out there. So if you're a buyer, you're usually not only looking at one specific area, you're looking at other areas. And there's just areas where you can do better. It feels a little more resorty, but also affordable. So those are 4 or 5 reasons that Cape Coral is a good place, and there's about 10 reasons why people are living. And listen, who am I to tell you where you should buy? This channel is about giving you the good and the bad so that you can make a good decision for yourself.